Hello everyone, welcome to Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. Thank you so much for being here. I especially want to say today, thank you for all the lovely comments. I've been getting such wholesome, lovely comments under my videos. Some people just go on there to say hello to me and chat, and it's been really helpful the last few days. Somehow I got on the sad bus. I'm off that. I don't know how I got on the sad bus. But yes, so thank you for that. It really does help a lot. And in the chat today we have Sharon Rowland, who says, good morning, Dawn. Oh, at the doctor's appointment. Oh, but I'm sitting in the car. Oh, hope it's nothing too serious. And here's a special welcome for you, Sharon. So as I say, some very lovely comments. I normally pin those, but there's been so many. I don't want to out any nicer comments. So I haven't been pinning them, but quite often I do tend to pin those comments. So thank you for that. And we've got lots to catch up on today. But let's start first of all with, if I can find it, this. So the puzzle question of today, which I will do the answer a little bit later on in this live, but the puzzle question today is this. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one. Does he indeed? Michael J. Fox has a short one. The Pope never uses his. Bill Clinton always used his. What is it? So I'll say it again. Arnold Schwarzenegger had a long one. Michael J. Fox has a short one. The Pope never uses his, but Bill Clinton always uses his. What is it? What is it? If you know, put the answer in the comment. If you're watching this back later, then just see if you can figure out the answer before I give it away later in this live. So look out for that. Okay, let's go on to this. So I've been sharing my latest craft with you over the last few lives, my latest one. I have done a bit more of it. I can only do it in good daylight. I've tried using lights like my ring light and other things. It doesn't work for me. I need actual daylight, good sunlight. So I don't actually have much time of when I can sit and do it. I was determined to do some more to show you. And actually I did quite a big amount. I can't get over how long it takes to do embroidery. As I say, I've always done cross stitch, but embroidery, particularly the stitch I'm doing right now, is taking forever. And I have got an update about this as well. But here's how it's going. If you haven't seen it lately, let's just tilt you forwards a little bit more. You should be able to see it. There we go. That's a bit better for you. So it's coming on. I'm doing the bit over the wheel at the moment. So that's coming along rather nicely. So I would say not too much to go, but if you do embroidery, you'll know it's going to take ages to do yet. Now, unfortunately, this isn't a craft, as I say, because I need actual daylight that I can sit sort of indoors on a rainy day or whatever and do. But I am getting on with it quite well. Now, if you've been watching my lives, or if you haven't, I'll quickly tell you. If you look at the saddle area, then my friend Steve from Steve and Tina Jewell, do go and check out their channel. They actually saw me showing this and said the saddle section is not correct. And they're actually in Mexico at the moment. If you can see the chat, they are actually at the top before we began the chat. So even on their holiday in Mexico, they have popped in to say hello. And do check out, they've got a premiere coming up with the first footage from Mexico. So go on Steve and Tina Jewell to see that. And so what I said to Steve was I was going to actually, there was a website on the box where someone's gifted me this, someone who watches my channel. And I said there was a website on there and I was going to write and just say the situation with that whole saddle situation and what to do with it. Well, I went on the website. Let me put you back. I went on the website, and on the website, I thought I wouldn't get an answer because it's a website, but it's a shop. But there was barely anything in the shop online. And I thought it was quite curious. Now, it's supposed to be all sorts of stitching. There wasn't a single kit in any shape or form, whether it be cross stitch, embroidery or anything. There were no patterns. There were no threads. There was just half a dozen what I call bits and pieces, like tool type things that I didn't really even know what they were for some sort of sewing and whatever. And what else was there? Oh, it said a section of like storage. And you know me, I love storage. I thought I'll just go and see what they've got on there. And I went on, there was, I think, 2 storage things. One was like a really nice sort of sewy bag, carry bag thing. And there was something else where I can't remember what it was, but it didn't interest me. But as I say, no threads, no patterns, no kits, nothing to make, just odds and ends. And Mike said, oh, do you think they're closing down? They've obviously sold off maybe to other shops and whatever, different stitches, like kits and that. And maybe this is the last few stuff they got that no one wanted to buy in because they're very odd tools and bits. So he said, well, don't expect an answer from there then. Anyway, today I did get an answer from there. And basically the lady has said all she can suggest. Now, I put in it that I did know you could trace it round on tracing paper, flip it over and make it the right direction for at least the saddle bit. And I said, that's not my situation. The situation is you've got a thin bit of saddle and a thick bit. So I know there's other bits wrong as well, but let's talk about that. So you've got a thin bit of saddle and a thick bit of saddle. Now, if you flip it round, once you've stitched it the other way round, where you're putting the thin bit now, you're going to have the outline. It's not a washout one. You're going to have the outline of the thick one. And some people did make suggestions on my last live, such as go over the top with thread and whatever else, but I don't want to outline all the rest of it. So I just said, what would they recommend? And they recommended you trace it, you flip it over. And she said, obviously, there might be some bits sticking out, but angle it different ways and just see if you could cover the majority of it. So I've written back. I basically said, well, thank you for that. That was kind of what I was thinking, but you're still going to have all the outer bit showing. Now, I was kind of thinking maybe they'll just send a little voucher or maybe a little kit or something like that. But obviously there's nothing there as such. So we'll see where that goes. So I will keep you updated on it. I must remember to tell Steve because he's the one helping me with showing me how it should look. So when he's back from Mexico, I'm sure he will send me something there. Oh, talking about you, Blue. Blue's just arrived. She always turns up when I'm talking about her. So yes, do go and check out Blue's channel, Blue Self-Reliant. It says, heyo, hun, heyo. I've been on your channel now. I don't know if it's the most recent video or just one that popped up and I played it, where you're making mint mint sauce, which, as you know, I'm always making it for Mike. But it was amazing when I did my video how many people didn't have a clue what mint sauce even was. So for anyone watching that doesn't know, basically English people more than anyone else make it, and you literally chop it up and mix it in with a bit of vinegar, and there's a bit more to it, but it's very simple. And Blue's just done a big recipe on that for you. And I was watching it, Blue, and you sounded so sick. Yeah, your ears were burning. They definitely were. Well done, honey. It's beautiful. Oh, you saw it. Good. Oh, it's the new one I put up yesterday, right, which is just on my whole list of YouTube. So, yeah, you sound rough. I'm hoping that's one of those things where you sound worse than you are as you're getting better. Sometimes your voice, and that sounds terrible. If not, I'm wishing you well, because you sounded mighty sick there. So big hugs to you, and all my well wishes to you as well. So yes, that is the update on the bike. So I'll let you know if she replies again, but it is coming on rather well. I'm making different stitches for each part I do. So it's for me to start practicing stitches to see what they look like. But so far I've used completely different stitches on all sections. I have made a note of what the stitches are. I'm sorry, every time I do that I go dark, because it's very dark here now. What time is it now? It's about 20 to 6 at night, so it's dark. Blue says, yes, I'm rough. Oh, you got COVID. Oh, no. Had COVID for weeks. My grandson gave me scarlet fever. No. Just as I was starting to recover. Oh, no, Blue. I'm actually under quarantine at the moment. Not allowed to leave the house for another week. Blue, that's quite bad. Scarlet fever. I'd heard it's going around England a lot. That whooping cough. And there's a third one that's going round at the moment. Oh, Blue. Oh, big hugs, Blue. Oh, that's terrible. All go on to Blue's channel and wish her well and send her love. So do all go on Blue's Self-Reliance. If she's making those videos for us, mind you, if you feel okay, I guess you can kick out some videos. But yeah, you can be pretty sick with that. Oh, Blue, that's not what I wanted to hear. So, guys, just think it could be worse. Whatever's wrong with you, there's always someone else you hear of that's really rough. Oh. Okie doke. So, let's go on. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Let's go on to... Got to scroll down. This. Okay, I'm just copying something from my page. I'll be back with you in a second. Copy. So I want to post in here. Let's find the chat. There we go. Paste. So, channel shout out. Tambourine time when I shout out a channel. And today I'm shouting out my mountain home and kitchen. Now, she's a lovely, lovely lady. You'll love her channel anyway. But a particular video that I've linked in the chat. If you're watching this back later, I have linked it in the description. It's the top thing in the description, what to watch, I've put it as. So you can pick it up there, or if you're watching this now and you can't grab from the chat, you can catch it in the description. So as I say, she's a lovely, lovely lady, always doing things for others, always making gift packages and so on and so forth. She loves her craft. If any of you got spare yarn, particularly, she's not asking for it, but I'm pretty sure she would accept it, because the video I'm sharing with you of hers is she is currently making hats for the homeless shelter people. Now, she also sends athletic socks to them, and I think she does gloves. I think she said in the video she's doing gloves as well. But she's showing you how she makes hats. So, yes, go and watch that video, support her channel. But I'm pretty sure, or if I don't know if she takes posts from people, if she shares her address. If not, maybe could you give a little donation to her so she can buy some more yarn? She's made a pile of them. So if you could maybe either send her yarn if she accepts from an address being put out there, or at least a donation for her to get more yarn so she can make some more. Or maybe if you've got an old jumper, you could unravel that and make hats yourself for the homeless people. It's pretty cold for most people right now. So you imagine the homeless people. They must be absolutely freezing. So as I say, maybe send her a donation if that's easier for you. She's not asking for anything. She hasn't asked for anything, but it's the way that we can all help if we can't make something ourselves. Or go to your local centre if there's a homeless people centre near you. If you don't know where that is, I'm sure you've got a municipality or a local town hall or a social service centre. They will pretty soon tell you where they are if you want to donate. Blankets would be awesome. I see a lot of teenagers at the moment on YouTube making blankets from that really thick yarn, and a lot of them just use their fingers. They don't even knit them. I want to have a look at that and see how to do it. Blankets, if you can make them or donate them, go to either your local place or give stuff like yarn to someone who can make the stuff, and that would really help everyone. So let's catch up with the chat. Blue says it's what it is giving me a chance. Oh, right, Scarlet Fever. What it's given me is a chance to get some film edited. I filmed all last year, never actually used. I'm doing that at the moment. I'm trying to find odd bits I've got and join them together in a way that links them all up together. I've like, don't make more footage. Try and clean your laptop. Oh, I've had a terrible day with the laptop again today. Seems to be my bane in life right now. And mentally, it's very tiring for me to even do the first thing. What it was YouTube wasn't allowing me on. Now, I know this happens a lot, and I've done it many times. Randomly, they say they want you to just prove it's still you. Why it suddenly won't be, I don't know. And it said you haven't been on for such a long time. Well, hello. I know this is StreamYard, but I'm on YouTube making and posting videos all the time. Oh, by the way, I've just posted up the next recipient of my free seeds. So go and check it out. It's only on my community post. So you need to check that out and see if you're the winner of my free seeds. If you want to win my free seeds, all you have to do is just keep on in the chat, in the comments, comment on my videos, and one day it will be your turn. So I'm obviously not going to pick people that come on for a while and then disappear if they don't get chosen. No, it's community. So it's my way of saying thank you to the community. So go and check on my community posts to see if you're there. Oh, we have Two Doves, Bees and Gardens. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. And guys, do go and check out Two Doves, Bees and Garden channel. So you caught me there. I wipe off my board what I've done. I have a list of what I'm doing. I try and make the live run a bit smoothly. So yes, if you're interested in getting a turn of the seeds, they are seeds grown from my garden. Don't expect brand new seed packets. That's not how Frugal Life works. If you're interested in being a recipient 1 month of the free seeds, then check this out. Yes, it's like sick bay in the chat today. We've got poor Blue Self-Reliant. We've got Two Dove Bees and Garden, who's had a little emergency surgery going on. And I know watching, because she told me she's watching, is my great friend Della Smalley. And she is really sick too. So here's a special hello to Della. Okay, let's go on to Quote Corner for Wednesday, then I'll catch up with the chat. Okay, let's catch up with the chat. Saying hello to everybody. Two Doves, Bees and Garden said the seeds you sent to us are so outstanding. We can't wait to get them going. Oh, bless you. I hope you show them when you plant mine, or you're showing them, say they're my ones so I know. I love to see it. My seeds are all around the world right now, all the way from Australia to England, America, all over the place. So yeah, I'm trying to jump around a little bit with who gets them as well, just for different countries right now. Blue says, I'm popping mine in this year too. So see, this is proof in the making. Those who comment a lot on my videos, you get seeds. I've got lots of new viewers at the moment. I don't know where that was suddenly coming from, but hello to all of you. Thank you for being here and your continued support. And those who have been with me a long time, I adore you. Thank you so much for that. Two Doves, Bees and Gardens says, will do. It'll be fun. I love seeing them. Do you know, I get more pleasure out of other people growing my seeds than I do out of my own. I really do. I just, and I like to, don't worry if something doesn't work. Tell me it doesn't work. I can either send you some more of that stuff if you really wanted something it doesn't take. I can send you more. Or if you want to try more things, you can get more things. So that's great. Okay, I'm going to pop back to this. So the puzzle today is this. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one, Blue. Michael J. Fox has a short one. The Pope never uses his. Bill Clinton always uses his. What is it? Does that one more time? Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one. Michael J. Fox has a short one. The Pope never uses his. And Bill Clinton always uses his. What is it? And I'll let you ponder on that. And we go on to something I haven't done for a little while. Not on this day, not on Wednesdays. I think I've done Mondays, but not Wednesdays. Ooh, we got a comment. For those of you listening to this later, because I know a lot of you just listen on podcast, on your ears, doing your gardening or whatever. So I do try and read all the chat. Blue has got the emoji of the mouth zipped shut several times. It's not that. It's not that, Blue. Oh dear. Okay, let's go on to this. Okay, so I have some jokes for you today. First one. A weasel walks into a bar. The The bartender says, "Wow, I've never seen a weasel before. What can I get you?" Pop goes the weasel. Pop goes the weasel. That's my sort of joke. Blue says, if I say it, I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah. So I'll be good. Really? At least you got your humour still, Blue. We all get on with our humour. Okay, next one. Today, I gave my dead batteries away. They were free of charge. They were free of charge. 5 guys walk into a bar. You would have thought at least one of them would have seen it. What are caterpillars' biggest enemies? Doggerpillars. Doggerpillars. Last one. Why do you tell actors to break a leg? Why do you tell actors to break a leg? Because every play needs a cast. Did you like those? Oh dear. Blue's commenting. Blue's answers, like comments, are nearly as good as the jokes themselves sometimes. Yes, exactly right. Yeah, they're very cool. Okay. Let's do this. Now, I want your help on this. I've decided all these little 70s chat and that we do, I want to log all the subjects that I'm talking about. So I might go back and do some we've already done on different days, but we pick one thing each day. And I literally want to do a book of memories of my 70s childhood. So I'm going to pick a subject each week. I've written down the ones that I remember of that subject. And then if you think of any that I remember as well, I'm like, oh, yes, that one. I'm going to write them down as we go. So if you see me writing while I'm chatting, don't panic. So I've just got a little exercise book, and it's going to be my 70s childhood memories, but not writing sentences. I'm writing a topic on the top, which I'll tell you what is today, and then just a list of words that go with that. So I want your help. If you remember things, you might remember things that weren't relevant to me, so I won't write them down. But what's relevant to you? Oh, got loads of chat going on. Let's go and have a look at that before I begin. Oh, bless. Blue says, don't make me laugh. Cough up a lung. Two doves, bees and gardens. Knows the answer, so I haven't commented. Oh, you can do, because then you might get my little clapping bit going on. Oh, do put it down if you know the answer. Dad jokes laugh out loud. No, they were good jokes. Dad jokes are like, ooh, jokes. I quite like those. They were good ones. Okay, so my 70s topic today is what comics do you remember? Now I'm talking magazine comics, not comedy comics. So funnies, I think the Americans call them funnies, but the names of the comics magazines. Mum jokes, says Blue, less groaning. It's their last name. Two doves, bees and gardens. Let's have a look. So let's remind you of the question. Two doves, bees and gardens. Now, is that John or Sarah? Because we have to get the right person getting the well done's. It's their surname. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a long one. Michael J. Fox has a short one. The Pope never uses his. Bill Clinton always uses his. And what is it? It's their surnames. So yes, we got an answer in the chat. It's one of those things, if you know the answer, it's easy, but if you don't, well done. So Two Doves, Bees and Gardens. That's for John. Well done, John. Fantastic. Here we go. Blue Self-Reliance. These are the comics she remembers. Hagar the Horrible, The Phantom, Andy Cat. Oh, that used to be in The Sun, I think. My granddad always had that. Calvin and, is that Hobbs? Hobbs. But what are actual comics, as in not just the comic strips, but the actual magazine names? So, for example, Beano, Dandy, those kind of ones. So while you're typing in, if you've got any you can think of, I was trying to think of the first actual comic I remembered my mum buying me. Blue says, Fred Bassett, Pearls Before Swine. Don't know that one. Bo Peep. So yes, Bo Peeps. So I was trying to remember the comics my mum used to buy. And the first one I can remember is, here we go, Blue, that's the ones, was Jack and Jill. So that was obviously like a first children-y type comic. And my mum used to read it to me. So that's how young I must have been, that I probably couldn't read it all and so forth. The next one I remember is Pippin. I don't know if anyone remembers Pippin, but it was Pippin. And I'm pretty sure that had stories based on TV programs. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, because Pippin was from a television program called Pogle's Wood. And the boy in it, the like elfie boy, was Pippin. And then he had like a little squirrel friend called Tog. So Pippin was from that. The next one I remember is one that Blue remembers too, is Twinkle. Now, I was saying to Mike the other day, most girl magazines were girl names. Boy magazines weren't boy names, but most girl magazines were girl names. And I was struggling to think of any girl, like as you got older, like Twinkle was the first girl magazine of age. Blue says Wendy. I don't remember Wendy, but I remember Bunty, that Blue Self-Reliance also remembers, is Bunty. And she says they were indeedy. Yes. Can you think of any that weren't? I couldn't. Then you went on to sort of the era of like Bunty and all the girl name ones. Oh, Twinkle, by the way, that was obviously a younger child. But then you went on to slightly older, like middle school maybe a bit younger. And it's the girl names one, which is Bunty that Blue remembers. I've got that on my list. Judy, Debbie. Now, they're the only names I could remember until you got much older. I'll talk about this more in a minute. You got Jackie, but I'll talk about Jackie in a minute because I'm trying to do it my age order that I remember. Blue says I wasn't really allowed them, but when I was at my cousin's house, I could see them. Then I remember being more older, like more middle school, and I got Lookin'. And that was basically, again, an older child really, and it was comic strips of TV programs, but older children's TV programs. So there was that. And also in that, I think it was ITV based, which is a TV station, one of the main TV stations, ITV. And with that, they always had the TV guide of ITV, which was like the competition to BBC. Those of you who know BBC, obviously, it was a competition to that. But it wasn't every single programme. It was just the main children's TV programmes of that. Blue says, my Nana Lucy used to read me the back page from People's Friend magazine. Ah, and that's as much as it was, really. I think as well there was, I don't know if it's Woman's Own or one of those lady magazines, there was always a children's page in it. So like you say, the grandmas could read a little bit to the grandchildren, a little story or a little puzzle or something. Oh, that's really sweet, Blue. That's a lovely memory. So yes, I got looking, and then I was senior school, high school age. And the first magazine that really came out with that sort of age group properly was Jackie. Now, bear in mind, high school, you're 11 is the age you start high school, and it was geared to high school children. But there was always a sex bit in it, as in a little square. And I said, what was it, like positions or something? I said, it was something like that. It was a picture, and it was pretty much a position. So that was a bit odd, but they were trying to get this magazine to a bigger audience age-wise. So as I say, there wasn't really anything at that time for like 11 onwards, but this was more geared to sort of 16-year-olds, but of course younger girls buy it. There was nothing else in between. There were like pop things, pop magazines, and those kind of things. I've just thought of another magazine. See, I told you I'd go write them down as I remember. So yeah, there was that. There was like a help page, like teenage problems and menstrual problems and boyfriend problems and all that as well. So that was obviously geared older. I seem to remember, I wish I could find a copy of it. I threw all those away and I should have kept them. Blue says, I remember that. My cousin Wendy got flogged by my uncle for having it. Yeah, it was almost subtly put in there. So if a parent flipped through the magazine to see what sort of things were in there, it was camouflaged, let's say. But I'm assuming a lot of girls learnt things from that. Who knows? So Jackie was very controversial. As I say, at the time, there was nothing else like that. And it was bigger. It was kind of much bigger. You had to fold it in half to get it in your bag. It was much bigger than a normal magazine. Maybe not quite as many pages, and it was full. It was full of stuff. I think it was cheaper than all magazines as well. The other magazine I just remembered that I wrote down was, I'm sure it was called Disco 45. Now that was like, what's that other magazine everyone knows? But it was for older people with pop songs and pop in it and bands and that. Everyone knows it. I can't think of it right now. I've got letters M in my head. But Disco 45 was, most of it was songs of the words of songs in the charts. That's nearly all the magazine was. What's that? Music something. MME, I'm thinking now. Why have I got that in my head? Who knows? Don't try and look in my head. Things go round all the time. But yeah, Disco 45, I'm sure it was called, and it had all their songs. So of course girls were buying that to know all the words to all their songs. And I seem to recall that was very expensive, but they knew people would buy it to know all the words of the songs. So there was that. Then I think I must have been about 14. Out came a new magazine, and it was called My Guy. And it was the very first magazine. It was like sort of a cartoon with speech bubbles, but instead of drawn pictures, it was photos of real people. And they actually came to my school, my high school, and said, are any of the girls, can they get a form signed to say they can come out on a Saturday, and we just take them up and down the high street, or whatever the storyline was, the storyboard. You just had to stand in different positions or take a bag and be pictured like, oh, look what you've bought, those kind of things. And they said then you would be My Guy, but they had forms that you had to take home and get signed by your parent, and you'd be in this photo magazine type thing. And every story in the magazine was real photos of people going, ooh, and and they had speech bubbles put in. And I was angry because Saturday, as you probably know, is the day I had to go to stage school, and I went all day every Saturday to stage school, and evenings as well, but Saturday. So I couldn't do it, and I wanted to do it. And the next, I think there was a few weeks, but then all my friends were in them, and I was like, I was so angry. I was so angry. But that's called My Guy. So that was the magazine, and that was something really brand new. I loved that. I bought that magazine. And what I used to like most in that magazine, I think Jackie did it as well. Jackie magazine. They used to have a question, or it used to be like a title. It used to be things like, does your boyfriend really love you? And then there'd be question, answer A, B or C, and you circled it. And then another question, answer A, B or C, you circle it. And then at the end you had to count up how many A's, how many B's and how many C's. And if you've got all A's, your boyfriend really loves you. If you've got any C's or so many C's or more C's, then dump him. And that kind of thing, you know. And I used to love doing those sort of quizzes. And if you go on my other channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty, you will see that I do my I can't think what it's called now, my playlist. What's it called? And it's like you're finding out about yourself. Who are you? That's it. Who are you? And it's finding out about yourself. And often in those videos or on my lives, when I've done a section of Who Are You, you will see I've done that kind of quiz type thing. So they're quite fun. Around that time, I also bought another magazine, Fab 208, and that was a radio station, Fab 208. I didn't like that as much, but I was looking for a magazine for older people rather than this teenagery type thing. And this had more pop bands in, pictures, interviews with pop stars, TV stars, I think sometimes, that kind of thing. So I was older and into that. But I don't know the radio station. I never listened to it. So I didn't really have the connection to that one. Then I went on to the stage of where you buy sort of fandom magazines. So I was into Fame and used to get little booklets. I don't know if they were weekly or monthly, and just different fandom things. The Professionals, I was really into the TV program with Martin Shaw. The Professionals, I was really into that. And again, you got like these little booklets. As I say, I think they were monthly, I'm not sure. Got those. And then the last true magazine I bought was Mad magazine. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's American, so I guess all you Americans know it. And again, it was like comic book style, but each book they used to take off 2 or 3 different films or TV shows, taking the Mickey out of them. So you might have an E.T. one. It's just in one comic strip, the story of E.T. And as I say, they covered 2 or 3 in each magazine. They had a couple regular features in there. One was my favourite bit, Spy v Spy. That's really funny. I'm sure if you look up on YouTube or something, Mad magazine, you'll probably see lots of features on it. And there's a lot of collectors out there, so you're probably there. And I love the very back page. It was always a very intricate artist drawing, and it would say something like, I don't know, what the president's doing today. And it would be a picture, let's say, the face of the president. And then there was one very specific way you always folded it. So you sort of took 2 halves in, bent them in and zigzagged them, pushed them together, and it would be a perfect drawing of something else. So let's say the first bit said what the president's doing today, and it's the president's face. When you folded it in, it might be him having a bath, but it would be political. So it would be whatever's going on with the president. I was just trying to make a rough example there. But it was really good drawing. You could never tell what it was going to be till you folded it in. So they were worth buying just for that. And there's no way you could have looked in the shop and figured it out. You couldn't. So that was probably my last proper magazine. Of course, then I bought things like collecting things like the cross-stitch books, that kind of thing. Let's see. Blue says, I loved Mad Magazine. It was totally banned at home, though, so I used to go visit my aunties and read my cousin's copies. Your cousins seem to have a really out there life, Blue. John says, I was going to mention Mad Mag. It was a bit outlandish. I always liked the back cover, which often had hidden images. That's it. Yeah, cool. I didn't buy that every time. Obviously, being American, there was a lot of things I didn't know, like different TV programs or whatever they took the Mickey out of. But as I say, I remember there was an ET one and quite a few others. So I didn't buy it all the time. Blue says, my auntie was awesome. She sounds it. Yeah, so that's really my collection of magazines and comics, my history of that. So see what I'm going to do now. I'm going to have a title at the top and I've written down the magazines I remembered, trying to put them in some sort of order. And it's just like my little memories there. So I will go back and maybe revisit a couple of things we talked about previously. And it's just like, oh yeah. I might sound a bit silly, but I think it might be fun. As I say, just got a little exercise book, my 70s childhood, and I'm just putting words at the top and then list. Just like a little memory thing. So yeah, we'll go back and go over things we've talked about before and add them in. So look out for that. I hope you enjoy that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for being here. I've had fun. You've all cheered me up. I hope I've cheered you up a little bit. I hope all you sickies get well soon. Keep your humour. I think that's the biggest part of feeling better. And that is why I do lives. Not for you, for me. For me. For me, it really does make a difference. I wouldn't say I don't like doing them when I'm not well, but it's more of an effort. But I know the second I get on there and someone comes in and we have a laugh, I will push myself to do them. I really will. I know some people say, oh, well, if you don't feel like doing them. No, I will be doing them. I will be doing them for sure. So what is it, Wednesday today? Oh, if I don't know if any of you guys were on last time, but it's Mike's birthday on Monday. So if any of you can slip over to his channel, let me just type it in for you. It's the name of our home. So if you want to Google my home, just type in Olive Farm Retreat, Cyprus. You will see exactly where I am. You can locate me and wave. Yes, if you pop onto his channel and give him a little message there, that will give him a good boost. He's having a little difficult time right now, but he's getting on. He's getting on, literally. He's getting on. So we're going to go out Monday. I will be here for my live. We're going out in the morning. My new hobby is charity shops. There's barely any in Cyprus. So I'm literally locating where there might be one and we go there like a trip out. So we found two quite near together. Oh, thanks, Blue. That's really helpful, hun. Thank you so much for that. That's really kind. Yeah, and I don't know if I posted or not because I've been scheduling. I've scheduled up to next Wednesday, so I'm a little bit confused what you've actually seen and what's coming up because obviously I don't want to rush back and post on Monday, and Friday I've got other things to do. So I've scheduled Fridays and Mondays, but somewhere you've got coming up, I think I've called it something like Charity Shop Haul. And there's some other bits as well. Check that out. We went to two charity shops. One was just like a junkyard, but I still found something there. and the other one was awesome. But unfortunately, it's not an area we normally go to, and it's quite a long way away. But that was actually awesome, and you'll see what I got. Yes, you'll see what I got there. I got a donation from the Astute Tourist channel, and I bought something from there, or 3 things. And after I brought them home, I said to Mike, that would be great, because he knows I've got lupus and trying to find other things to do rather than do crazy things. So I thought he'd like it if I bought this. So these 3 things that are all the same but different. So you'll see his hashtag, not hashtag, his at the Astute Tourist in the title as well. So that's the one you want to go and watch whenever it's posted. So yes, look out for that. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. As I always say, you've got so many channels out there, and you spend some time on my channel, so I'm so appreciative of that. It really does mean a lot. And I will see you, so it's Wednesday now, I will see you Friday on my other channel. That's it. Friday on my other channel. Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. So till Mike we said hello and happy birthday, I will do. Thank you so much for that. You enjoy that. Okay, I'm just trying to find my outro. Oh, there it is. Okay, guys, thanks again, and see you next time.